I'm gonna go back to the dashboard.
I'm gonna pop open my Twitch app.
Dashboard.
La la bamba.
It says we're live.
Haven't gotten a notification yet.
Yeah, join the club. Alrighty, now for realsies this time. Sorry for the technical difficulty. My router decided to just take a nap. So, we're back. We actually haven't progressed actually at all, so we're going to be picking right back up where we disconnected.
Well, one of us did.
Well, you skipped like 8 or 2 lines, so...
Yeah.
But...
Oh, hey, now it's showing us as live on the Twitch app.
Yeah. But at
Still no
least
emails
for,
or notifications.
But at least for the VOD purposes, we are right where we got disconnected, so... We're good.
Router, your behave is just fuck.
Yeah. Router, your behavior's just fuck. Anyway.
I can never find the answers to the questions I wanted to ask for the rest of my life.
And all because of the mastermind.
Oh hey, this time I don't have to say Bueller a bunch of times wondering why it's silent. But there's one thing I am sure of. When it comes to the mastermind, there's no room in my heart for forgiveness. I swore to destroy the mastermind. This is just one more reason to follow through on that.
Kyoko's eyes burned with the fire of determination. The determination to defeat the mastermind.
It's strange to be confronted with his death and suddenly feel this way. I couldn't care less if my father had found happiness. Why? So why does it bother me so much to know how he suffered? It's ridiculous. There's just no understanding it, I guess.
She let out a small laugh as she said it.
Hashtag just women things.
But her smile was filled with sorrow.
So, that's it for my rambling. There's still much to do before I can consider my task complete.
Yeah, you're right.
Hey.
But keep this in mind. There is only ever one absolute truth. Whether that truth serves justice or suffering. Whether it's the greatest truth or the worst.
What do you mean?
Makoto.
Even if the truth you uncover is filled with hopelessness, you still can't give up hope.
Absolutely not, because all I can do is keep moving forward. That's pretty much all I'm good at, you know?
Except when your internet shits out.
Yeah.
Then we don't move forward for several minutes.
Yes.
Indeed. Sorry if that was strange.
So then...
Anyway, I need to get going. I'll see you at the class trial.
Leaving behind that final farewell, Kyoko was gone. I'd better get going myself. I got that DVD from Kyoko. I should head to the AV room to check it out. Kyoko said there was some... Kyoko said something about hopeless truth. But no matter what happens, I won't lose hope. Even if it's the worst truth in the world, I can't afford to lose. Alright, so... First floor... Main hallway? Or main area? No. I think if I just turn around and go through Hope Peak Academy, that will put me where I want? Yes, it will. Because that's the red door, and to the AV room. Alright. I love how the speakers on the wall are just giant ghetto blasters.
I also appreciate that. Their art direction is fantastic.
Oh, it's amazing! They should be able to play DVDs just fine. And we know that, because we've already had to watch DVDs on these things.
This should be able to play DVDs just fine, because it's not fucking 1994.
Well then, I'd better take a look. I took the DVD Kyoko gave me and put it in the player. It said that it was playing, but nothing appeared on screen. I stared into the black of the monitor. It must have only been a few seconds, but to me it felt like an eternity. And then, all of a sudden, an image appeared. Sayaka!
Hey, Envy.
It took me by total surprise. I hadn't seen Sayaka in who knows how long. And there she was.
Okay then, are you ready to begin?
The voice I heard was the man positioned on one side of the screen. It was the voice of a middle-aged man.
I do apologize, but I hope you don't mind if I record our conversation. I'm a little slow, you know. I never really got the hang of taking notes while having a conversation.
It sounded like he was trying to make a joke. Sayaka's tense face didn't move a single millimeter.
So this video is meant to serve as a kind of contract substitute. It's not that I don't trust you guys. It's more like insurance. So please don't worry too much. Now then, let me get straight to the point. There is a chance that you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
God damn it.
What? Oh, that her lines aren't voiced?
Yeah. I don't even remember what I did for Sayaka.
Quickly, to the VOD!
Actually, I don't think I was doing voice acting at all back then.
No, you started after Chapter 2?
I think at the start of Chapter 2.
Was it? Okay. So you get to make a new voice.
You want me to accept that?
So you're just gonna go with Toko?
It's not entirely Toko, it's a little different, but it's almost the same.
Fair enough. Sayako is obviously at a total loss. It made total sense. Who would agree to spending the rest of your life in the school?
I accept. Meh.
What?
Thank you. And I'm sorry about all this. Well, I can promise you that I will do everything in my power to keep you safe. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, I give you my word.
As if on cue, that's where the video cut out. There was a lot I hadn't understood up till now. But this, only this. I simply couldn't comprehend what I'd heard. Because I know how much Sayaka wanted to get out of here. I know how much she wanted to escape and pursue her dreams with her friends again. Yes.
Oh. The emotes didn't load in, but I can see all the fail fish from Envy right now.
She wanted that so bad, she tried to frame me for murder. So why? Why would she say yes to living here for the rest of her life? As I sat there thinking about it, I noticed a sudden light. On the monitor, the video that I thought was finished flashed back on screen. My eyes darted back to the screen.
My arse started back to the screen.
And if I was confused before, what I saw next pushed me right over the edge. Huh? What I saw was me. Impossibly, undeniably me.
So, Makoto, before we begin, I should let you know that I'll be recording our conversation.
Me and the headmaster were looking at each other.
Yes!
He and I were having what seemed like fairly normal conversation. But the I in here and now, had absolutely no memory of it. I had no memory of even meeting the headmaster, much less sitting down and talking to him like this.
Now, shall we get straight to the point? Makoto, there's a chance you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
This can't be real.
Yes!
I said yes?
I'm sorry I'm putting you through all this.
Well, I mean, you don't have much of a choice, do you?
But I promise that as long as you're in this school, I will do everything as the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. That's the very least I can do for you.
Once again, the video cut out. From there, the video repeated the same scene again and again with the others. Byakuya, Toko, Hina, everyone. They all said that they'd agreed to live in this school forever. And then Kyoko. Her interview with him must have been recorded just as clearly. Without a doubt, she had met him. She sat down with the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, her father. And when he asked her his question, she answered the same as everyone else. She accepted a life within the school. Just as Kyoko's interview was wrapping up, the monitor suddenly went black. Huh? It wasn't the monitor. The DVD player itself had apparently turned off. Which of course meant that the DVD wasn't playing anymore. What the heck just happened?
Say what?
Oopsie, looks like it broke. Out of service.
What? It just so happened to break just now?
Too bad.
Now, then, when, doesn't matter, failure can strike anywhere, anytime. That's what failure is, right?
Failure my ass. You cut the power on purpose. Well, whatever. Even if I watched the whole thing, it'd just be more of the same. He'd ask them the question, and they'd all say yes. I couldn't help myself. I let out a huge, exasperated sigh, but as I did, I remembered something.
That's right.
Flashbacks.
It would seem... Hey,
A convenient outcome. Something that seemed so obviously worked in favor of the mastermind. So does that mean I've lost my memory too? What about the others? Have they all forgotten? Or... Interview DVD has been updated in the Truth Bullet section of your handbook.
For anything that has a start, there has to be an end. And if the end comes, then that means it's time for a fresh start. There is no night that doesn't have a dawn. Although that dawn is totally pitch black. There is no storm that won't eventually end. Of course, then that leads to drought. But as I said, every end is the promise of a new beginning. Which is why I'm sure we'll get to meet again, because the end is only the beginning. Anyway, let's get started. The beginning of the end of the class trial. Everyone gather once again at you know where.
is about to begin again. The class trial is going to start. The final class trial. The last time all our lives will be on the line. The last time hope and despair are on the line. I don't have a choice. I have to do this. Okay then.
I stabbed myself in the hand with a screwdriver. Serious.
You really?
The base of my sub-tank mini was stuck. So I had to put a screwdriver in the air hole slot to get it to turn.
Lol.
Jacked myself right in the finger.
Well, at least you weren't playing Dodge Arrow.
Yeah.
But I guess you kind of got that going for you.
Yeah. It's also not that bad. It's not bleeding or anything. It just hurts a bit. I just thought I would point it out.
Okay. Alright.
I just thought it was a fun statement.
Alright. Red door time. Guess I'm the first one this time.
Makoto.
You're early, Mukuro.
Listen.
Does that mean you feel prepared?
Yeah, for now at least. But where's everyone else? Why aren't they here yet?
However,
Don't worry. I'm sure they'll be here soon.
And just like she said, Byakuya. Byakuya? They arrived, one after another. But they were all in the same state of shock. Hina? Hero? Silence. And it wasn't any normal silence. It was the deafening silence of fear and suspicion. It was like the first class trial.
you called for me and so I appeared.
I'm late!
Oh, I'm on fire.
Ah, strong silent master is so wonderful, so cool, so hot. My loins are ablaze.
Yes!
Now listen, everything will be just fine if you leave it to me.
My beautiful.
With my sharp scissors in hand, I'll stab and gouge and shiv the master of evil.
But I thought you couldn't kill anyone but adorable little boys.
If it's what master wants, it can be boy, girl, or anything in between. I can handle it. Sneezy time. Where am I? No human language can describe the disappointment I'm feeling right now. Is everyone here? Ooh, and wearing our gloomy ghost faces, I see. Okay, well then, let's begin!
Thrills, chills, kills!
This final class trial is going to be slathered in pitch black despair. My maximum sorrow.
That's fine.
You're right. This is the final class trial. And this time, it'll be fair. What do you mean, this time? Stop with all the slander. I'm a bear in good standing, you know? If there was a Mr. Fair Guy Universe contest, I'd take home the tiara every year. I'm gonna win this game super fair and square. I'll make sure everyone watching at home knows that despair is mightier than to hope.
Stop talking.
Enough of your tedious drivel. Begin the trial already. Sure. Let's begin the trial already. I'll be waiting for you down below. So don't try and run away.
Laughing as loud as ever, Monokuma disappeared.
Whatever.
In the name of my
This will be over in no time.
With an inexplicable confidence, Byakuya was the first into the elevator. One by one, the others followed. Ooh, I need to know. Why does everyone hate me all of a sudden? Nobody made eye contact. Nobody said a word. They just disappeared into the elevator.
Hey,
They're all acting odd. Like they're paranoid, suspicious of each other.
However,
But you know why that is, don't you?
Yeah, I think so.
however,
Well, you can tell us all about it soon. At the class trial.
You're right. I'm ready.
so...
Ready to win, right?
Of course.
I'm glad to hear you say that.
And then Kyoko was aboard the elevator. It just leaves me to click the elevator. I started making my way toward the opening. Step after step toward that gaping maw. I had resolved that this would be the last time. I repeated to myself that there was no fear, no mystery left. I pushed the anxiety down, calmed my trembling body, and finally, on steady legs, I passed the threshold and stood in the elevator. Without warning, it began to descend. Deeper and deeper. Deeper, deeper, deeper still. Deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper.
Deeper looks less and less like a word every time I see it.
I know. Okay, so that happens to you too?
It starts looking like a fictional Indian name.
To me, it just doesn't look right. Like, it's like a completely different language. Like, I know that's deeper, but it doesn't look like it anymore.
Dr. Deeper Chopra here.
Okay, I thought that was me, and I always would kind of feel insane whenever that would happen to me. I'm like, I know that's a word, but I've just seen it so many times it doesn't anymore. I closed my eyes, and sight fell away. All sound too disappeared. Alone in the universe, I waited for the elevator doors to open for the last time. What could have been seconds or centuries later, I felt the gentle vibration of the elevator coming to an end. I slowly opened my eyes. This is the final trial site?
What do you think? Isn't it just the perfect background for deciding a person's fate? It's the long-awaited last stage, the always exciting final boss battle. And I'm gonna sit in on this one. I'll just sit right here in the vacant 16th seat. Well then, let's begin!
Yes, I would love to save my data. Yes, I would like to overwrite this data. And I did not get any new skills,
Nope.
but I can add extraordinary focus back.
How?
Oh, why did ambidextrous get unset?
I don't know.
Yeah, ambidextrous got unset, so I was like, oh, I have points.
Not for me. Maybe you, like, accidentally undid it before you went into the last trial or something?
Oh, probably, because it was like, oh, I can lock onto 2 statements at once, but that wasn't actually happening, so I thought I was just doing something wrong. So that actually kind of explains a lot. Okay, well, it is time for the trial. And there is a lot that's gonna happen, so buckle up, kiddies. Put your head between your knees and kiss your ass goodbye. All rise.
Since this will be the final class trial, I've come up with a special rule. So listen up. If you can figure out Mukuro's killer and go on to solve the mystery of this school, you guys win! But if you can't, then I win! And of course, waiting for the loser is the super exciting, super heart-pounding punishment!
Are you saying that if you lose, you'll execute yourself?
Yep, sure will.
And that's final? No loopholes? No wiggling out of it later?
Of course course not. Bears never go back on their word.
Never mind all that. I just have one question for you.
Oh, you're taking this serious, huh? Are you feeling okay?
I love that. Are you feeling okay?
Is the mastermind only one person? Don't bother. I already know the answer. You're all the mastermind, aren't you? You're all out to get me! I'm right, aren't I? I knew it!
Oh, God damn it, Hero. Just shut up. Okay. Some
You
interesting
guys have
bullets
all
loaded
been
up.
working together, haven't you? I have evidence, so I know I'm right.
Hey, you stole my line. You're all out to get me. I'm sure of it. I have evidence of my own.
What a coincidence. I too have evidence to present. Evidence that proves everyone other than me has been working together.
What? Wait, hold on. This doesn't make any sense. How can the three of us each have that kind of evidence?
No, that's wrong. It's not just you three. I have evidence too.
What? You too?
The evidence you're all referring to is this group photo, right?
Well, yeah. Huh? Wait, but mine's different. With the picture you have, I'm in it. But that can't be right. Because in my picture... See? I'm the only one not in it.
Figured as much. In which case...
Hero, you have a picture too, right? Let's see it.
Okay, but be careful with it. It's pretty important evidence.
This one too. It's just like I thought.
So the secret in these pictures has been revealed.
Secret or whatever, I don't care. You guys are all in on this together. That's why I'm the only one missing.
But you're in my picture. You're the ones trying to trick me.
So the whole purpose behind these photos was to get us questioning and fighting with each other. The mastermind laid a trap to make us each think everyone else was working against us.
Huh? I laid a trap? A trap? How rude! What grounds do you have for such audacious accusations?
The proof I need to reveal Monokuma's trap. Each photo has a certain something in common. There's a connection regarding what person isn't showing in the group photos. That person is...
Shoot!
Yeah, that wasn't the answer. Connection regarding what person isn't showing up in the photos. Oh, the one who got the photos.
I got it! In each case,
I
the
misunderstood
only one
what it
not
was
in the
asking.
picture is the person who received it. So, in the picture I got, I'm the only one missing. In the picture Hina got, she's the only one missing. And in the picture Hero got, he's the only one missing.
As long as we're talking about it, I suppose I should show you my photo as well.
In
I
other
love
words,
Sakura just
Monokuma gave
punching
each
the
of us
fish
a
out of the
group
water.
photo
Yeah.
in which that person wasn't included.
When we each saw our picture, we just assumed everyone else was the enemy?
Figured it out, huh?
Yeah, I thought that must be it. But how was that a hint?
But you know, there might be more to this than just Monokuma trying to confuse us. There's something else that bothers me about everyone's pictures. What is it? What's digging at me?
Listen, can I see everyone's group photo one more time? It's not directly connected to what we're talking about, but I'd like to double check something.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah, I don't mind.
I'm pretty sure there's something unusual about these group photos. What is it? I need to compare each of them one more time. Byakuya's picture. Which I'm actually going to take a decent look at. Hina's picture. Hiro's picture. I love how it's Genocide Jill behind Byakuya. And mine. There's something strange about all of them. Something I can't quite pin down. Something... Group photo has been updated in the truth book section of your handbook.
Can you just forget about the photo already? Ugh. Trying to trick me with such an obviously fake photo? I'm still pissed about that.
And on top of that, they went to all that trouble to make it look like we were wearing matching uniforms.
So you think they're fake? No. I assure you, they're quite real.
What are you talking about? There's no way.
Yeah! I don't remember ever taking a picture like that. So it's gotta be a fake. I'm sure of it.
But you know, can we really be so sure?
Huh?
Don't get me wrong. I don't remember taking this picture either. But is that really enough to be absolutely positive they're fake?
What do you mean?
The reason I don't remember this picture isn't necessarily... The reason I don't remember this picture isn't necessarily because it's fake. There might be some other reason. Some terrible reason. An unbelievable yet entirely horrifying reason. We're all dead. You're in hell. Not gonna lie, I don't think I know how to spell this word. Oh god damn it. There we go.
Now I understand. Let's say that somehow we'd all lost our memories. That could explain it, couldn't it?
Oh, I get it. So we all just lost our memories at the same time and forgot about the photo. Makes sense. As if. You expect me to believe such an unbelievable occult-type story?
Yeah, we all lost our memories? That's just crazy.
It's only natural that they wouldn't believe it. No matter how much they refuse, if that's the absolute truth, they have no choice. They can't move forward until they accept it. And another way to prove it besides those pictures. Oh, interview video. That seems pretty obvious.
You're saying we all got spontaneous amnesia? Since when did this turn into some kind of sci-fi fantasy?
I promise you, I haven't lost my memory. Ever since I got to this school, I remember everything that's happened.
So the idea that we all lost our memories.
It's totally stupid.
Obviously! We're making this a little too easy to stop.
You're saying we all... Since when did this turn into...
I promise you, ever since I remember
Everything that's happened.
No, that's wrong. Those photos aren't the only things that point to the possibility of memory loss. This DVD does the same thing.
You're not gonna show us something indecent, are you?
No, it's nothing like that. It's a video of all of us being interviewed by the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster.
when you say all of us, you mean...
I mean all of us, including you.
You lied! I never did any kind of interview.
No, it's not a lie. Just watch the DVD and you'll see for yourself. The headmaster did, in fact, interview you.
What are you saying?
I didn't imagine you would remember.
It's not about whether or not I remember. You expect me to believe all this? That I lost my memory somehow?
Well, we don't have any way to refute it, so we have no choice but to accept it as reality.
How can you say that? We're talking about living, breathing amnesia here!
To be honest, I have something else on my mind right now.
Something else?
You said the DVD contains recordings of us being interviewed by the headmaster, right? What were the interviews about?
The headmaster sat each of us down, one at a time, and asked us the same question. He asked us if we could accept the idea of spending the rest of our lives in this school.
What kind of question is that?
And how did we answer?
We'd say no, obviously.
Actually, we all said we could. Even me. I heard myself say yes. I could spend the rest of my life at this school.
Why? Why would you say yes to something like that?
I don't know. I don't remember a thing.
The same goes for everyone else. Nobody remembers. You don't remember choosing to live here forever, or even talking to the headmaster about it at all.
It doesn't matter if I remember or not. Even if I bought the whole amnesia thing, the idea that I would want to live here forever? That's just insane! How can I believe that?
Insane or not, we can't move forward until you accept it. Am I right?
You sure are, 'cause it's all true.
What?
I know it sounds absurd, but if it's the truth, there's nothing we can do about it.
Indeed. We only have one path in front of us.
Then, we really...
Yep, you all totally lost your memory at the same time.
This is all... making my head hurt.
And this isn't like some normal kind of memory loss. You stole those specific memories from us, didn't you?
Oopsie, you figured that part out too, huh?
Of course. There's no way we would all just happen to get amnesia at the same time.
How could someone just steal our memories?
How? Come, that hardly matters right now. If I said it was hypnotism, would you believe me? Or we opened up your skulls and messed with your brains? Would you really believe anything I said? How it happened doesn't matter right now.
What matters is figuring out what memories you took from us. That's what you're trying to say, right?
I knew I could count on you.
The interview with the headmaster, taking that group photo, those can't be the only memories we lost. There must have been a purpose to it all. A reason for taking away our memories.
Of course there was a purpose. It all has to do with the original motive.
original motive.
You mean the motive you came up with to try and get us to all kill each other?
That has something to do with the memories you stole from us?
It sure does.
But that part's still a secret.
Anyway, I'm sure it's not easy, but let's all focus on the class trial for the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Okay, so you want us to figure out who killed her before we do anything else.
So until we do that, well, either way, we have to explain every last remaining mystery. So, the one who killed Mukuro, the true mastermind, that's what we need to expose. What do we got? Control room, profile, and...
So who did it? Who killed her?
Whoever did it is the same one who's behind everything. That much I'm sure of.
But when you think about it, is the mastermind really here in the school?
Of course! They have to be here somewhere.
What makes you so sure?
What does make me so sure?
Exactly! You're just making stuff up. There's no way the mastermind is here. The mastermind is probably a million miles away. Because masterminds always lurk off in the background, right?
So who did it? Who killed her?
Whoever did it is the stat much I
When you the mastermind,
Of course, they have to be.
what makes you
Exactly. You're just the mastermind is.
probably a million?
No, it's wrong. There's no question that the mastermind is somewhere within the school.
How do you know? Did you find some evidence or something?
In the back of the data center, I found a panel that controls Monokuma. The mastermind must have been using that to control him all this time. So there can't be any doubt. The mastermind has been inside the school all along.
There can't be any doubt. In which case, there also can be no doubt that the mastermind is one of us.
What? Why?
Recall what Makoto told us Monokuma said to him earlier. So if the mastermind is in the school, we have to assume it can only be that 16th student.
But how'd they manage to survive all of this?
So we're the only ones here? It's not me! I'm not the mastermind!
Well, it's not me.
I blame Makoto!
What? Why me?
Cuz!
Is everybody
it's super
ignoring
weird
the
how
fact
you're
that
the
Monokuma
only
is
one
being
who survived
controlled at
being
this very
executed.
moment, and y'all are in the same room?
Oh, I get it!
Not everybody
The only way
is
he could have survived
has that
is
level
if
of
he
common
was actually
sense.
the
I'm
mastermind
just saying.
himself, right?
I'm just saying, I would have at least thought Byakuya would
Yeah.
have been like... whatever.
Aw, nuts! You got me!
Wait! What are you trying to say?
Everyone, calm down. There's no reason to panic. The mastermind's true identity will become clear soon enough. Just as soon as we find out who killed Mukuro.
That's a good point. Rather than wasting time bickering, we should put our minds to work solving this mystery.
Yeah, well, how much time have we already spent talking about the murder?
He's right. What more is there to talk about?
If
Oh,
you
well.
want something to talk about, I think there might be one thing. We haven't fully established what Mukuro's fatal injury was.
Huh? But I thought we figured that out. She died when she got hit in the back of the head.
No, that isn't actually what killed her. It was something entirely different. Wouldn't you agree, Makoto?
The other wound.
I got it! All of the wounds covering her body. That's what really killed her.
Hey, now hold on a second. You did read the Monokuma file, right?
The body was covered in other wounds, but these were at least several days old.
It made it pretty clear. Those wounds were made at least a few days ago. So they can't possibly be what killed her.
Consider this. What if the murder itself took place at least a few days ago?
What?
What if, when we discovered her body, she'd already been dead for several days? If that's true, then naturally the wounds that killed her would appear to be however many days old.
That doesn't make any sense. Because she had all those wounds before she ever came here.
Huh? How do you know that?
Isn't it obvious? She was the ultimate soldier, right? So that means, you know...
No, you're wrong!
You're wrong.
She denied me before I could even say anything. Come on. I mean, you think I'm not weird, okay? At least listen to what I have to say before you deny me.
If you're so sure we're gonna deny you, why bother saying anything in the first place?
Mukuro was the ultimate soldier. She must have been in 100 different battles. So, when you think about it, obviously, she got all those wounds in the butt.
No, that's wrong. No, Mukuro didn't suffer those wounds in battle. The file we found in the headmaster's room said as much. Despite the time she spent in battle after battle as a member of Fenrir, when she entered this school, she hadn't sustained a single injury.
To be denied so completely. Actually, it's kind of refreshing. Maybe it's because of all of Master's training.
Anyway, so we can be sure that Mukuro suffered all those wounds after coming to this school. In which case, they could be the very thing that killed her.
As a matter of fact, it's hard to imagine any other possibility. When examining her body, I found that her stomach and head wounds came after she was already dead.
Unless anyone has any better suggestions, I think we can say this with confidence. The wounds Mukuro sustained all over her body are what ultimately killed her.
Mukuro's fatal injury has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook.
But if that's what killed her, then does that mean she's really been dead for who knows how long?
That's exactly what it means. When we found her body in the garden, she'd already been dead for several days.
So then, what about the little matter of what happened last night? Makoto, you said you were attacked in your room by a masked assailant. If Mukuro had already been dead for several days, certainly it couldn't have been her. So who was it that attacked you?
I got it! The one who attacked me was the true mastermind. When we discovered Mukuro in the garden wearing the same mask, I naturally assumed she must have been the one who attacked me. But I was wrong. It wasn't her at all. It was the mastermind.
What are you laughing at?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just getting a little impatient sitting here listening. I think I'm gonna jump in. Let's start off with a nice, easy question. Your assumption that I attacked Makoto is just that, right? An assumption. You can't really know who was under that mask, can you? I mean, that's the whole point of a mask. The true identity of the masked attacker is Mukuro Ikusaba. At least, that's what I think. Do you have any evidence that might convince me otherwise?
No, there's no way Mukuro was the one that attacked me. Even if I didn't see their face. Mukuro had a very obvious Finnerer tattoo. Comparing that to the masked attacker, it should be obvious.
You never saw their face, right? So you can't have any idea who was under that mask. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusaba!
You're wrong. Even without seeing their face, there's another part of the attacker we can use to prove it wasn't her.
Oh? And what is this other part? Is it the right hand? Or the left hand? Maybe the right foot? Or perhaps the left foot? Or could it be the hips?
Ah!
You never saw it, so you can't have... I'm telling you now, you're wrong. There's another part of the... Oh? Is it the...
Right hand?
Or the left hand?
Maybe the... Or perhaps... Or could it be... the hip? You never saw it, so you can't have... I'm telling you
Now, it was Mukuro. No, that's wrong.
Thank you for giving me the ammo I needed to
Mukuro
blow
had
up
a
your own
tattoo on her
contradiction.
right hand, if I remember correctly.
Actually took me a minute because I had to remember the position of the body.
A
So,
representation of
like
Fenrir.
right hand or
In
left hand.
other
Like,
words,
oh
a wolf
fuck!
tattoo.
Now I have to remember.
But I saw
Yeah,
the right hand.
Monaco was kind of a dick.
Yeah.
It makes this trial really interesting.
And there was no such tattoo. So there's no way the person behind the mask was Mukuro.
Yeah, well, okay. You got me. I guess it wasn't her. But that still doesn't prove that it was me. It could have been, someone else, right?
Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I all have solid alibis for that entire night.
Yeah! We were in the gym tearing you apart, so it couldn't have been any of us.
Oh, okay, sure. It couldn't have been any of you. But what about Kyoko? It totally could have been her. Uh-oh! No snappy comeback? Did I score a bullseye?
If you insist, I don't mind showing you.
Huh? Show me what?
What do you think? I'll show you the one thing that proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it wasn't me.
Before anyone could say anything. Oh, are we gonna see her grotesque man hands? Kyoko was removing her gloves.
Your hands!
Without thinking, I let out a gasp. It was more than just a little burned skin.
Awful, isn't it? It happened when I was first learning to be a detective. I was inexperienced.
I thought you didn't want anyone to see those scars.
If it means we get another step closer to unmasking the mastermind, it doesn't really bother me.
Kyoko seemed to savor the words as she said them. Then she put her gloves back on.
My scars should suffice as proof. Makoto, did the person who attacked you have scars like mine?
No, not at all. I'm positive.
Then this much has been made clear. There can be no doubt that the one who attacked Makoto is the true mastermind.
This is just awful. On top of my secret being revealed, I had to look at those positively grotesque scars of yours. Sorry, did I say that out loud? I do hope I didn't hurt your feelings.
Not at all. You can say whatever you want.
Sure, as long as it means pushing me farther into the corner, right? But I'm not cornered just yet. Because if you haven't noticed, the circumstances surrounding Mukuro's death are totally unknown.
That's true. All we know right now is she was killed a good while before this morning.
On the contrary, we don't know anything other than that.
You're not going to tell us she was already dead before we arrived here or something, are you?
In that regard, you have nothing to worry about. I promise you, without a doubt, she died after our little killing game began here.
Then somehow she was killed in secret without any of us knowing.
And after she died, who knows how much time went by before we found her, right? Did the culprit stash her somewhere? She couldn't have been in the garden the whole time, could she?
If she was, she would have been totally decomposed. Just like your brain.
Then she was being stored somewhere?
But to hide a body here, to just store it somewhere?
Oh, there is one place. The biolab.
I got it! Mukuro's body was probably kept hidden in the biolab.
Biolab? You mean on the 5th floor?
That's right. It's actually set up for use as a morgue. So it's the perfect place to hide a body. And it'd keep the body preserved at the same time.
Then you're also saying the body was moved from the biolab to the garden.
And I have no doubt that that's exactly what happened. In fact, I have proof.
It's called a tarp.
I got it! What makes me so sure the body was carried from the biolab to the garden is the tarp that we found in the garden. When I was checking it over again, I noticed something. I noticed that some text had been stamped on one corner of the tarp.
Oh, it says biolab.
Holy cow! How'd you notice that tiny little thing?
Makoto's nitpicky nature seems to have surfaced with perfect timing.
This proves that the tarp originally came from the biolab. In fact, there's a whole stack of tarps just like it in there.
So when the killer moved the body to the garden, they must have grabbed a tarp to wrap it in. Then they simply left it as it was to protect against the sprinklers, and put the coat on it afterwards.
You made everything sound so amazingly consistent.
That's just a wild guess. Where's your evidence? Prove that the body was wrapped in a tarp and moved.
There is no evidence. I was simply explaining what I think happened. But you seem to be getting pretty worked up about it, wouldn't you say?
Worked up?
Now that the conversation has turned to the topic of the biolab, you must be getting pretty nervous. Because the key to uncovering your secret identity is hidden within that room, isn't it?
You talking about unmasking the mastermind?
You see, the biolab contained an inconsistency. One so major it can't be overlooked.
Inconsistency in the biolab? Could you be talking about?
La la la, I can't hear you. La 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 la.
God damn it, Monokuma.
Such a child. Oh well, just ignore him.
Hey, by the way, Makoto, what about that one thing?
What one thing?
What do you think I'm talking about? Your family.
What?
Don't tell me you forgot about that video message.
Damn it, Makoto.
So what do you...
Stay on task.
Are you sure your family's still okay?
Why are you bringing that up now?
Your mom, your dad, your little sister. What do you think has happened to your family? Are they really as safe as you might have assumed?
Stop talking about that!
Calm down, Makoto. He wants you to get upset.
Yeah, I need to calm down. The inconsistencies. Oh God, moment of truth.
Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? What do you want? Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? I'm not listening!
Are you serious? Oh. I see what they wanted me to do.
Are you sure about this? I'm not listening!
This should prove it.
I forgot they don't show you that there's multiple bullets loaded for the final strike. I thought it did, and I only saw the one. I'm like, oh, okay, this must be
The
it.
lights!
What are you talking about? What about the lights?
Like I said before, the biolab also acts as a morgue. And as part of that, a giant refrigerator was installed in there. That's where everyone who's died is stored.
And it was set up so that when a slot had a body in it, a blue light would turn on.
In other words, if the blue light is on, that means there's a body in that slot.
But I counted up the number of blue lights that were on, including the one Mukuro was in, and there were only 9.
Why does that matter? You gotta give me the bite-sized version here, man.
I got it! 10 of the lights should have been on. Any other number is incredibly suspicious.
Suspicious? Why? That's simple. Just recall who's died here so far, and it should become clear.
So 10 people in all?
That's right. Any other number should make you immediately suspicious. But according to the lights in the biolab, only 9 people were being stored there.
You're saying a dead body just up and disappeared?
I got it! The mastermind destroyed one of the bodies to get rid of evidence.
But if they wanted to do that, they would have destroyed Mukuro's body, since they actually killed her. And yet, her body was left alone.
Because it's not Mukuro's body.
Then
I'm
whose
gonna
body
beat this
disappeared?
dead horse until they tell me otherwise.
It may very well be that none of them disappeared.
But if that's true, then why doesn't the body count match?
Including Monokuma's executions, there have apparently been 10 deaths, but there were only 9 bodies. That's the point I'm trying to make.
I'm completely lost. How can the number of victims be less than the number of murders?
The same person was killed twice.
I got it! What about if the same person was killed twice.
Yes! I have a good feeling about this.
Killed twice?
Officially, 10 murders have been committed so far. But one of the victims may have been murdered, and then murdered again.
Murdered and murdered again?
If that's the case, there could have been 10 killings, but still only 9 victims, right?
Technically, you're right, I guess. Still, something like that.
Could easily have happened. No, it is what happened.
Sounds like you're already convinced. Then can you tell us who was killed twice?
Yes!
It
Yes,
was
I
Mukuro,
can.
of course.
Wait, what?
Before she was killed as Mukuro Ikusaba, she was killed as someone else.
And that's why the body had to be stored in the biolab until the moment we found it in the garden.
Sorry,
No,
what?
that's crazy talk. She was killed as someone else? Come on! Besides, who could that someone else even
Super
have
confused
been?
at what you're getting at, Kyoko.
All you have to do is look at those bodily injuries of hers, and that will become obvious.
Nothing's gonna become obvious. Because Kyoko's totally delusional.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong that it's Junko's body.
Who is this someone else that Mukuro was killed as? Was it Sayaka Maizono?
Oh, that's cute.
Junko Enoshima? Leon Kuwata? Chihiro Fujisaki? Mando Owada? Kiyotaka Ishimaru? Hifumi Yamada?
I love how all the white noise just goes right over it.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Or maybe Sakura Ogami? No. There's no way anyone was murdered twice!
Okay. That wasn't what
Shoot!
I was expecting.
Who is this someone else that Mukuro was killed as? Was it Sayaka Maizono?
Junko, Leon, Chihiro, Mando, Kiyotaki, Fumi, Celestial, or maybe...
No. There's no way anyone was murdered twice!
Oh, I think I see what I
Who
mean to do.
is this some... Was it Junko, Leon...
Kuwata?
No? Alright, now I'm just confused.
Shoot!
Yeah, I'm waiting for it to load up. Because I am much farther than you, so...
Because I was
Someone
thinking
else
instead of
that
Junko,
Mukuro
it was
was
Leon,
killed
because he was pummeled to
Was
death
it
by baseball.
Sayaka Maizono?
I'm gonna say you were right the first time, I'm gonna say you're going about it wrong.
Kuwata, Chihiro Fujisaki, Mando Owada, Kiyotaka
Okay, so you're
Ishimaru,
confirming Junko.
Hifumi Yamada,
Yes.
Celestia Lu, whatever.
So am
Or
I
maybe
shooting Monokuma 5
Sakura
at...
Ogami?
No.
No.
That's
Or
what I
am
mean,
I-
you're going about it
No
wrong.
way anyone was murdered twice.
Oh, I don't know right now.
Did you forget you can absorb words again?
No,
Someone else.
So am I absorbing murder twice?
No.
Was it
Backwards.
Sayaka Maizono?
Okay, so I need to do what I did with Leon, but with Junko.
I didn't see what you did with Leon. but
Okay, I
probably.
absorbed Leon and shot murder twice.
Mando, Kiyotaki,
Yeah.
Fumi, Celestial, or maybe...
But with the correct character this time.
Anyone was murdered.
No, that's wrong. Junko. Wasn't her fatal injury pretty similar to Mukuro's?
What do you mean?
Well, remember what happened to her? she was impaled by a bunch of spears all over her body.
And Mukuro died from a number of wounds across her body. When you compare that to the stab wounds Junko suffered...
Then the similarities match?
Yes, and those are the only fatal injuries that match up. That explains why those two bodies are actually one and the same.
So let me see if I have this straight. Junko, or someone going by that name, was stabbed to death with multiple spears. Then her body was kept in the biolab for however long before being dragged out again. Only this time, it was presented as the corpse of one Mukuro Ikusaba.
It all matches up, right? Those wounds Junko suffered could easily be these same injuries.
It's really true? Mukuro and Junko are the same person? Wait, so then... what does it all mean?
It means that there haven't been 10 victims, but 9. Which also means that among the people we thought were dead, one is still alive.
And that's the true identity of the mastermind?
Who is it? Who's behind all this?
We already know the answer to that. It's Mukuro. She's still alive. She took Junko's body and made it look like she was the one who died. So Mukuro is still alive. She's gotta be. A little silence? Then I must be right. I'm right, aren't I?
Yes, Mukuro alive.
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
That's right. She made it look like Junko's body was her. So the mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
What do you say, Monokuma? Do you give up?
Really? Really? Is one of the options I can shoot at? God damn it, Monokuma.
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
That's right. She made it look like Junko's body was her. So the mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
What do you say, Monokuma? Do you give up?
I'm kind of confused on this one.
Well, from what I'm seeing from 30 seconds ago, you've got the right bullet.
The profile?
The body we
Yep.
found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
I have to
Then
shoot
she's still alive?
isn't it?
That's right. She made it look like Junko's body was her.
You know what? Fuck it.
So the
I've got 2
mastermind's
hearts.
true identity is Mukuro.
What's
What
the
do
worst
you
that's
say,
gonna happen?
Monokuma? Do you give up?
Death.
Nope. Okay.
Try again.
Okay. So 50-50 mix-up time.
The body we
Will I block
found
the
in
overhead?
garden. It wasn't
No, it's like 14
Mukuro.
frames.
Then she's still alive?
You can't react to that.
That's right.
And the reason you're struggling with this one is because you've been thinking about it backwards.
So the mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
What do you say, Monokuma? Do you give up?
Yeah, I can't fucking pull myself out of it is the problem. Because
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive? That's right. So the mastermind...
What do you say, Monica?
The body wasn't Mukuro.
Oh,
No, that's wrong. No, the body we found in the garden was Mukuro. That's one thing we can be sure of. The body's appearance and measurements are consistent with her records. Right, Kyoko?
She was 5 foot 6 inches tall and weighed 97 pounds. Her vitals were 31, 21, 32. Everything in her profile is consistent with that corpse.
And then there's the matter of the Fenrir tattoo. So there's no question it's her.
But if Mukuro's not the mastermind, then who's actually still alive?
whoa, what?
That's what I mean, you've been thinking about it backwards this whole time. Oh god.
My brain. So, Sakura could easily be it because, you know, she drank poison, which could not have necessarily been poison. But everybody else, like, Junko got impaled, but we know... So at this point we're saying it was actually Mukuro who was dressed up as Junko at the very beginning. So then it has to be Junko who's still alive.
Here's my answer.
Okay.
Junko is still alive. It's the only possibility.
Are you sure about that?
Huh?
I admit, since Mukuro is undoubtedly dead, Junko does seem to be the only other explanation.
I was watching the timer and I was like, listening to you say stuff and I'm just like, Jesus Christ, man, just... No, it's not Sakura, what are you doing? And like, I couldn't say words. I was clutching my head with both hands. I thought you were gonna completely blow it right there.
If Junko were still alive, the death we saw would had to have been some kind of charade.
Oh.
But you yourself...
Thank you for getting that one right, I was worried. And no, poor Toko nothing. She gets to be an awesome serial killer when she's sleeping. You don't get to feel bad for her.
She was dead. There's no question. Junko was dead.
So, the idea that she's still alive...
It must be wrong.
Then you're withdrawing your previous statement?
I know you gave it your best shot, but too bad. I guess your conclusion was a dud. Too bad, too bad.
This case hasn't been decided just yet.
Oh?
You haven't given up already, have you, Makoto?
No, of course not. There's no way I'd give up that easy.
That's all well and good, but how do you intend to solve the problem standing in your way? Junko absolutely died. Mukuro absolutely died.
Then both of them are dead, right? There can't be any kind of survivor story.
I think we need to look at this from the opposite direction.
Huh? The opposite direction?
Let's assume Junko is still alive. If so, how could she have survived?
I'll be right back.
Alright, you do you.
Yeah, try to not choke it up.
Yeah.
Now I understand. That's it. What if she switched places with someone else?
Switch places?
That's right. Before the spears could kill her, she got someone to take her place. Specifically, Mukuro Ikusaba.
Then that would make it Mukuro's corpse that showed up later.
Which is why the body's height and weight and everything match Mukuro's profile, right?
I don't know anything about this switching places thing, but... that had to be Junko who got stabbed to death, right?
Yeah, you're saying they switched? When could they even have done that? Right when she was about to die? Like she used some kind of ninja replacement technique?
Good point. There's just no way they could have switched like that. So maybe the whole idea is wrong.
Well, the only one that makes sense is that they switched at the beginning.
I got it!
Yeah, that was right.
Two of them may have switched places from the very beginning.
What? From the beginning?
Yes, from the moment we first met. If that's when they switched, then they wouldn't have had to switch at the moment of death, right? After all, the one we saw at that point would have already been Mukuro.
Hold on. So, you're saying the Junko we first met was actually Mukuro all along?
We'd already met her?
I had, like, a normal conversation with her.
When we first met, none of us knew who anyone else was. So Mukuro could have simply told us her name was Junko, and we never would have known the difference.
I'm back. How you doing, boo?
That would
didn't
easily
choke it.
allow the two of them to
Oh,
switch
good.
places from the very beginning.
Wait, but Mukuro had a tattoo on the back of her hand, right?
You did get more letters than me, though.
Junko never
What do you
had any
mean?
tattoo like that, did she?
On the spelling thing,
Oh.
because I'm playing on Mean. I
Oh,
couldn't
you mean
remember
at
what
the
it was at
start?
first.
Foundation
Oh,
or
got it.
something like that. If she did, it likely melted away.
The
in
replaced one,
explosion,
not the...
exposing the tattoo after
Right.
the
Not the
body was
original one.
extinguished. Plus, there were the fake nails found on the hands of Mukuro's body. They were the same fake red nails she was wearing when we all met for the first time.
But if she really did use foundation...
Correct. Even if there was no tattoo on her hand, I couldn't say for certain it wasn't Mukuro. So I'm glad nobody noticed that glaring hole when we were trying to figure out who attacked Makoto. But too bad for you, Monokuma. You can't deny it anymore.
Wait, so this whole thing was a setup from the very beginning?
If that's true, it was quite an elaborate plan to be sure, making it look like Mukuro was Junko.
The reason such an elaborate plan was possible is because the two of them were working together.
So Mukuro, the ultimate despair, teamed up with someone like her. In other words, it would be fair to say that Junko herself was also the ultimate despair.
What's wrong? Lost the will to fight back?
I think he's just afraid.
Afraid? What's that mean, afraid? Fear is only possible where hope is possible. I only have despair, so fear is an alien concept to me.
Then why haven't you been saying anything?
Because it's a bunch of nonsense. Junko's my secret identity? As if.
Then why did you try and protect Junko's real identity?
I tried to protect her identity? When did I do that?
No.
Shoot!
You have to do it in the opposite order of the way we did it in our...
Oh, okay. So that means the so it's not the first time, it's the second time I need to do it, right?
Oh, that one was just wrong.
Oh.
The first one you're looking for is one where Monokuma directly interfered. The second is... not so much.
Okay, so the first one was the DVD.
Yep.
When he unplugged the...
I got it!
Yep.
While I was in the AV room, watching the DVD of our interviews with the headmaster.
Because I was thinking that because he locked the room and stuff after we left, I was thinking that's what it was.
The second one you wouldn't notice until the class trial.
You made sure I couldn't finish watching the video. And the reason you did that is because you didn't want me to see the real Junko, did you?
Oh, yeah! If everyone was in that video, of course Junko would have had to show up!
And if Mukuro saw the real Junko, it would have been totally obvious that the Junko we met was an imposter.
That whole power outage thing was just a fluke! Sure about this? What are you even talking about? That's impossible!
Fuck.
refuse to give up yet.
You were just a little too late on that.
Yeah. It would have been nice to know what the bullets are loaded are, so I'm not having to spend time looking through them, but whatever.
Well, normally it doesn't just outright kill you, but you had low enough health that there was no coming back from that one.
What do you want? What do you want?
I notice you've just given up on the reload mechanic. When you get low, you just pop off fever time.
What are you even talking about?
Wait, how do I reload that?
Tab.
Oh, it's tab!
Yeah, space is fever time.
That's impossible! This should prove it. The video wasn't the only thing you tried to cover up. You did the same thing with this group photo. Uh-oh. I noticed it just a little while ago, when we were all comparing the photos we'd gotten. In all the photos, there's a certain similarity, an unusual circumstance.
What's so unusual about them?
I got it! Junko's face. The one thing common to every single photo is that you can't see her face. It's hard to believe her face would just happen to be hidden in every single picture, don't you think? And on top of that, in this photo, you can see that Mukuro is clearly visible. So in other words, at that point, the two of them hadn't switched yet. With all that in mind, there's no doubt that the girl whose face is hidden here is the real Junko. Which is why you had to have pictures that didn't show her face. Because if we could have seen her face, then it would have clearly revealed that the Junko in the pictures wasn't the Junko that we knew.
Xanadu!
I believe everything Makoto said is true. Junko and Mukuro switched places before we met either of them.
So she killed Mukuro, who had taken her place, making it look like she'd died. And the real Junko is still alive.
And she's the one behind this whole murderous situation. This killing game. She's the true mastermind and the ultimate despair.
Xanadu times 2!
With this, the identity and the crimes of the mastermind have been exposed.
No, wait! Hold on!
Don't bother trying to deny it. There's no more room for debate. You don't have anywhere left to run. I'll prove everything, right now.
Oh god. Hey, this is from the wrong chapter.
Yeah.
This is from the wrong chapter.
Yeah, that hasn't stopped.
That's one. running away one. That's gonna go there. There. Gonna go there.
Killer is you!
You're almost caught up to me.
Cool.
We met the ultimate fashionista.
Because I stopped playing like 20 minutes ago to watch.
Right after it all, right? But that wasn't the real Junko. The girl we saw before us was actually the 16th student who had taken Junko's place. And that girl's name was Mukuro Enoshima.
Yeah, this one isn't just one trial.
But it wasn't long before she died at the hands of Monokuma. In
It's
other words,
it's technically
the mastermind,
2 trials.
Junko Enoshima.
The first one is solving the murder and everything, and the second one is the rest of the
Body was
mysteries.
kept in a biolab, which had been converted into a morgue. Until Junko decided to put her body to use. Junko dragged the body out of the biolab, using the tarp to carry her to the garden. She fabricated the murder to try and frame Kyoko, who'd proven to be one big thorn in her side. Meanwhile, she wanted us all to think Mukuro was still alive and hiding somewhere inside the school. So she put on a mask and then attacked me. After making sure I'd gotten a good look at the mask, she left the room. Then she put the same mask on Mukuro's body. This was all to make us think the person who attacked me and the corpse were one and the same. She wanted us to believe the murder had only recently taken place. Finally, by strapping a bomb to the body, she was able to destroy any remaining evidence. She needed to hide the body's true identity. She had to make sure we didn't find out it was actually the same person we'd met in the beginning. This is the truth behind Mukuro's murder. And the one who carried it all out is the true mastermind. The one controlling Monokuma. The real Junko Enoshima! That's the whole story behind this incident. Well, what do you have to say to that?
What? Are you broken again?
You can't get out of this, so don't even try.
Come on! It's time you finally revealed yourself!
It's not like you're an endangered species or something. How long do you plan to keep hiding?
Give it up, Junko. The game's over.
Over? Did you really think the story would end once we reached the climax of the case? Wrong! There's still plenty more to go!